Hello and welcome to the South Wales Wedding Podcast by Music HQ. Each week we lift the veil on one of South Wales' leading wedding suppliers and get to know the real people behind the business. Over to you, Suze.
Hello and welcome to the South Wales Wedding Podcast. I'm Susie Aston.
And I'm Ryan Aston.
From Music HQ. And we are joined today by a very fabulous wedding photographer. Let me read you a little about him.
One of our faves. Go on, Suze, take it away.
Stop.
This guy has a passion for travel, a penchant for a good party, don't we all? And a not-so-guilty pleasure for Eurovision. Snap. Today, we are joined by Oliver J, none other. And he's going to talk a bit about his 10 years in the biz and his secrets to capturing your perfect day. So, welcome. Oliver J.
Hi, my faves. How are you?
Very
We're
well.
good.
Very well.
How are you?
I'm good. Surviving, thriving, all that jazz. You know me.
I've just got to get it out there. You knew I'd do this, wouldn't you?
Oh, hang on. Is this
Do-
Eurovision?
yeah.
Yeah. I knew it. As soon as I heard that intro, you don't know
honestly, I've been just dying
Okay,
for it.
okay.
Have
check this out.
I ever told you about my Eurovision story?
Well,
I probably
you
have.
do your bit first, and then I'll tell you my bit.
Okay, so I actually did Eurovision. I was a backing vocalist, and I can't remember. I think his name was Josh, and I don't know what year it was, but it was Oslo year.
Okay.
Oslo year. I had a blue dress on, a white flapping
Yeah.
cape.
Yeah.
He's starstruck now. Look.
I'm like in the presence of some real greatness.
Eurovision
yeah.
royalty. Eurovision. That is it. I thought
Yeah.
What's your
Eurovision.
feelings on Eurovision, Ryan?
I absolutely love it, actually.
you
And we
Yeah.
we do. And
We're big fans since then.
The year that Suze is talking about, I think I was away working in Australia. I think I was on tour in Australia. And I remember sitting down,
Cash.
watching it, and there she was. And I seem to remember this. How many points did you get, Suze?
Nil point.
Nil point.
Oh.
Nil point. But it wasn't because of my wafting. Let me tell you that.
So
I mean, but at least you got a nil point. I mean, that's kind of like trendy anyway.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's almost cooler to get nil point, isn't it?
Shall I tell you
Yes,
what happened this
please.
morning?
come on.
Go on.
I did that
This
thing that you should
morning?
never. This morning, do you know what they say? Don't wake up. Don't go on your phone. Relax. Wake up. What did I do? Wake up. Go straight on TikTok. And I'm scrolling. TikTok knows I love the Eurovision. So I'm there going. All of a sudden, all the UK entries from 2000 to 2023. Look at this.
Is she there?
I only screenshotted, right? Because I was like,
Hang on.
that's Suze. It's only a
This is
screenshot.
so bonkers.
There she is.
Oh my God!
How nuts is that?
Can we show that?
This is this morning.
Can I show that on a camera?
Can you see it? I think you might have the entry.
What does
For
it
people listening, this is not very good, but I'm going to show it on camera once.
There she is. White cape and all.
Wafting away.
Nil point. Do you know what though? I freaking love Eurovision.
Oh, it's such a vibe.
Honestly, I before then, I hadn't really given it much attention. But when I experienced that atmosphere,
bet.
the arena, the vibe of it is. Have you ever actually been live?
Oh, you should go.
I tried to
Liverpool.
last year to get into
Yeah.
Liverpool, but it was absolutely not happening.
Oh, you've got
I
to
would have
do
gone
it.
this year, but it's in Copenhagen.
Yeah, you can
And
go to
that's like
Copenhagen.
extraordinarily expensive.
It is,
Yeah.
It's
yes.
like,
Well, we were going to ask you about bucket list stuff later, but I think you need to get that on your bucket
it
list.
will happen. It will happen.
Maybe we'll get you a cape and you can go wafting too.
Who have you come as, Susie?
Susie Aston, Music HQ.
2017,
Was
is
it?
it?
I've got no idea. I'm just really getting old now, and time just flies, doesn't it, when you're having fun? So you've been in the wedding photography biz for 10 years?
I've been professional for 10 years. Like,
Right.
it's been my full-time employment for 10 years last month.
Wow.
April the 4th. I always go by April the 4th. But I've been doing it even longer than that. I think
Yeah.
my first ever wedding photography gig would have been when I was, oh my days, like 21, 22.
Wow.
And it
You're giving your age
was-
away here,
I
Al.
know, it's making me sick. Yeah, it was two ladies. It was in the town hall in Llanelli, and it was literally like, I think about 2 hours and I charged them £70.
17 or
So that
70?
was-
70
Okay.
euros.
That's your
bucks.
first
Balling.
proper professional.
That was my first ever wedding proper gig. Yeah.
So is it all you've ever done? Is taken...
Yeah.
That's your thing? Nothing before that?
Oh, so I got another good story. Actually. So that's when I first started in. I worked, funny enough, in the Stradley Park Hotel. I was working there, and I had this kind of like sort of hobby for doing photography and stuff like that. And then I got picked up by another photographer, and then that kind of started. But I didn't actually go full time for a few years after that. So I was kind of doing the odd job here and there, like weird stuff, like nightclub gigs, and stuff like that. I was still doing kids and babies and families and things. And then I got into weddings, and this other photographer picked me up. And then fast forward, it snowballed. Here we are, 100 years later.
And you've got a very distinct style, and you're very stylized.
Yes.
Have you always taken photographs like that, or is that something that's developed over time?
I think that's something that I have developed as I have grown.
Right, okay.
Chic.
Very chic.
So
C'est bon.
chic.
I think as you get older and you have all these more like sort of finer influences on your life, I think you know what you like. And I don't think you should ever photograph anything that you didn't like.
Yeah.
So I always knew what I liked, so I've always photographed that.
Yes.
Not always been my style now.
Yeah.
But it's always been, I think, slightly more stylized, as you say, like a little bit heavier maybe than like, it's not light and airy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So I think it's always been that way inclined.
It's sexy.
Thanks, babes.
I mean, would you consider it a bit niche? Do you think it served you well being...
I think it's definitely helped me stand out from the crowd.
Yeah.
Light and airy is very much kind of like a standard
Wedding,
aesthetic for
aesthetic,
a wedding. Which is lovely. You can get obviously great work with that. But it's just not, for me, it's not what if I got to sit down in front of a computer for like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours after shooting a wedding, what do I want to be looking at? What gets me going? It's the dark stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
The moody, the atmospheric, something that's a bit more emotional, I think.
Yeah, I love your work.
No, but we don't want to...
Yeah, we don't want to talk too much about work.
much talk about shop all day,
not
babes,
too
no.
much shop, if that's okay. The
Right.
idea of this is to try and get to know the man behind the lens.
Moi.
Oh, I love that, Ryan, the man behind the lens. He's very good at these podcasts, isn't he, eh?
It's a little one-liner.
I've done it before.
Bless him.
Right, look, we're here with Music HQ today, all right? So we want to know, what was the first gig you ever went to? I bet this is a good one.
Here we
Oh
go.
my God. Oh
Come
my
on.
God. Right, I was in secondary school, so I would have been about maybe 16, young, naive, clearly, because I went to see Blue.
Oh,
Blue!
we've got another story.
Aberavon.
Lido.
Yeah.
Oh, they were there.
Yeah. So isn't it like the swimming pool bit in the front, and like there was like this huge, to me it seemed huge, like hall
Yeah.
stadium in the back, and he was in there.
Yeah. Didn't you?
Blue.
Did that get burned down or something?
I feel like it's not there
Or
anymore.
am I making? It is now. It's all new and refreshed.
Yeah, no.
And
yeah, it might have. Might have.
Prince William was there the other day, wasn't he, with Kate? I've got another story for you, though. Listen to this. This is meant to be about you, but hey, whoa. So Anthony Costa from Blue is a good friend of ours.
Of course he is.
I did Blood Brothers with him.
No.
In the West End, yeah.
You mean in the West End as well?
Oh,
my God. Is this about me or you?
You've never mentioned it, Suze.
Sorry, yeah. In my West End days, me and Anthony were like, I was going to say something else then. Don't do that action. It wasn't like that. Just friends. Oh, yeah. So good. So Blue is a great gig to go
I
to.
know, yeah.
They were amazing.
Yeah, that literally just came to when you asked. I was like, oh my God,
Wow.
who have I seen? Blue, yeah.
You still listening to Blue these days, or-
No.
So
Have your taste developed?
A favourite at the moment? Have you got a favourite as we speak?
I wouldn't say I have a favourite as we are currently sitting here talking. So, getting back to Eurovision. What was that about, Obsessed? As Eurovision comes to us, I download the whole shebang off Apple, and I listen to it for a solid 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So I know all the songs.
Well,
like that's
if you invest.
ridiculous.
Who's
I
the
am.
girl with the
That degree.
nails last year? Who
Noreen.
sang that?
Noreen! The girl with the nails.
I
That's
forgot her. I
Noreen.
forgot her. And what was her song called?
Tattoo.
Whoa, tattoo.
Oh,
yeah.
And
Honestly,
she'd won it previously, hadn't she, with
There was
another
her second
banger,
win.
Euphoria.
She won with Euphoria in
Yeah.
2012.
Anyone that doesn't know these songs, you have to go and have a listen.
Who was the one we got obsessed with? Like a French guy? I think it might have been the
Oh,
year before last. I don't think he won.
Nailed it.
I'll pop that in the show notes,
I'm
guys.
not
I'll pop
fluent
that in
in
the show notes.
French. not fluent in French,
Totally
but
just broke my eye.
oh no, he's broke his bangle.
Oh, gosh.
Get it off. Eurovision. You must download those songs because they're brilliant, aren't they?
Especially Loreen, like I want to see her. She needs to be my next in-concert person.
That's on the bucket list as well.
Someone
Now-
write this down.
Yeah.
I got a lot to do.
Right then, you're a man of the world. You like to travel, as you've told us.
Yeah.
If you were able to go somewhere right now on holiday, where's your first go
Japan.
to? Japan. Have you been
have you been?
before?
No. Let me guess you have.
No.
You?
No.
Oh, Japan, 100%.
What appeals to you?
100%. The whole place, the whole shebang, the food, the culture. Like, everybody just says how, like, mental the place is.
Yeah.
And how, like, in the future it
Yeah.
is. I just need to go. I just love it.
I think
I absolutely
people
love
that
it.
I've spoken to that have been there have said it's just not like
No.
anywhere else. That's really cool.
I just think it's like, especially for us living here in little old South Wales, to go somewhere like that. Like, we forget there's
Another
a big
world.
old world out there.
Yeah.
Big, yeah.
Like, I know we're lucky enough, we get to leave this little bubble we live in
Yeah.
and go out and see the world, especially even with our jobs.
Yeah.
But I think if I had to go, it'd have to be Japan. Like, I'll go now. I'll just go like this.
And have you,
Come on, we'll come
Come
with
on.
you. Woo!
Right, grab your wallet, let's go.
Bit of sushi.
is there anywhere you've been that you love that
You can
a
recommend.
favourite?
I like these nuggets.
So it's a bit of like an obvious one. It's not something that's super like rare or anything. Miami.
I haven't been to
No.
Miami either.
Yeah,
you
I've
been
been, yeah, very, very briefly. We're there for
I've been
one show, I think.
I'm pretty lucky. I've been like 5-6 times now, and it is like it's a party.
Spicy
Is it?
Latino. And I love a margarita. Like they got good margs there.
I drink. My go-to drink there is actually blueberry Stoli and Sprite.
What's that?
Stoli vodka.
Oh.
Stoli darling. You know.
You're so posh, isn't you? You're so chic and posh. I've never... Stony vodka, go and get me one now. Tesco.
Oh my God.
I bet they haven't even got it in Tesco,
we
have
were
they?
drinking like a whole bottle of the stuff every night because in America they free pour, don't they? So they're like,
Oh, dear.
And if you tip well, by the time you're going back to the bar, it's there ready and waiting
Oh
for
my
you.
goodness.
Give them like an extra $5, even $10 tip.
And you're
they're
bladdered.
looking, before you know it, the sunrise on South
I
Beach.
feel like I've seen you on some cruise ships chilling.
Oh, that's
No?
that's
Yes or no?
Spenny, yes.
Really?
That's my new thing.
Oh.
Cruising.
See, I've never... I've been on a couple of sort of cruises and I've been sick as a
Come on,
dog.
sell it to us.
Tell
Come on,
us.
sell us.
Right. So we went on our first cruise and we had the same kind of like, oh, it's not for us. It's
Yeah.
for all the elderly. I mean,
No, they're making it really trendy now, aren't
well,
they?
this is the thing. The one that I go on, the Virgin Voyage,
Yes.
they are adults only.
Right.
And it is a party boat.
Really?
And where did you cruise to? Where did you see?
So the first one we went on it sailed out of Barcelona. And we did like Toulon, or Toulon as we like to call it because it was a
Yeah.
we went to Toulon, went to Pisa, saw all of that. We went to Sardinia, but someone drank too much the night before.
Oh, naming no names. Sure.
Got off the ship, walked to the shuttle bus that took you into town, sat on the bus for 10 seconds, and went to my friend and said, I can't do it.
Game over.
Like, I could feel the tears
Mommy.
welling up. Yeah, I was like, I can't do it anymore. And ran off the bus and ran back on the ship. I never saw Sardinia. Stayed in the cabin all day.
I mean-
and then, emerged. And I think I knocked back like a Bloody Mary about like 4 p.m.
Back in the room.
I was back on it. I did it all the same the next day.
Sardinia is nice. You did miss
Right,
out there.
well.
Maybe go there on a little trip soon and, recover from
Yes, I mean, there's
filthy
many
hangover.
more cruises planned in, and like we've done a few out of Miami, so like
Yeah.
and done the Caribbean. Like it is amazing. You got to do it. Pack the kids off.
Well, we watch
You
Below
two
Deck
go.
a lot, don't we?
We do love Below Deck.
And we're like,
heard
oh,
that's,
should we? I mean, that's not a cruise ship, but it's a yacht. I'll take a yacht. Does that count? No,
A dinghy.
every time I see your photos on social media, I think that looks really cool.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
so fun, especially like on these Virgin Voyage ships. Oh my god!
And they are
Crazy.
targeting the younger market, aren't they? So and the
It's like an
entertainment.
18 to 30 cruise ship. Like,
Oh,
you can go, like you
dirty.
can party, yeah. You can be up all night partying, or you can go to the spa. Like,
Yeah.
there's no pressure.
Yeah.
You can wear shorts and vest all weekend, or you can dress to the nines all weekend. It's not like a usual cruise ship, so you got to dress up in
Yeah.
like tuxedos, meet the captain, all that jazz. Like none of that shit. You go, you get leathered. You see some sights, you take some pictures so you can remember it afterwards. And then you go home and cry and get the blues for like 3 weeks afterwards. And then book
that's-
another one. That's the trick. Book another one.
Yeah.
something to
As
look
soon as you get
forward
off.
to. I mean, all this talk of abroad, though, Wales. We're in Wales. Come on, where's your favourite place in?
Oh, favourite place in Wales? Oh, I'm going to say, this is a bit of a cliche again, though.
Don't worry.
The Gower.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
We've had a couple of guests
It's
mention
got it
that, yeah.
all. And like,
Where
we
do you
lived
go
down
to
there
in the
summer.
Gower? Like, because I'm obviously not
Foreigner.
native Welsh.
Adopted.
Well, I've lived here for long enough now,
Long
haven't
enough,
I?
love,
But
yeah.
where, like, when I get to the Gower, I'm like, what beach do you go to? They're
So
also
we, growing up, used to camp and caravan a lot.
right.
And we would go to Portainen.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've ever taken the kids down Portainen.
No.
No,
It's
we
a
haven't.
little
no.
more out of the way. I think it's like between Oxwich and somewhere else. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you could just go down there. We used to camp down there. It's just this tiny little sort of like seaside resort. Yeah, little beach, and then you got like the cliff edge round the side there, and
Lovely.
that's it. Goes to Rossilli.
Yeah, right.
You
yeah.
can walk from there to Rossilli.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
I think, that's what I want all these nuggets because I love, you're in our industry, you know the nice things and the nice place to go, and I want to get that out. So dinner-wise, if you're going out for dinner, where's your fave restaurant around here? In this neck of the woods.
I'm going to say something. So actually, yeah. Do you know what? Again, Japanese.
Yeah.
There's a little place in Swansea. I think it's called Nishimura.
Nishimara.
Oh, you know it?
yeah.
We know, well,
We're
our little girl
regulars.
is obsessed with sushi and she just wants to go there all the time. And we were there last week,
Yeah,
I
last
think.
week.
Oh, I love it there.
Love
Yeah, it's
it.
beautiful.
They've
just
got a new
opened
one.
New one, yes.
Yeah.
the
They had a
Uplands.
tiny one in the
Yeah,
Uplands.
yeah.
Then they moved to Mumbles.
Yeah.
And now they've got another one open in Uplands again, I
Yeah.
think.
Well, the other one was kind of like end of St. Helens Road, is it? Is that what it's called? And now it's in the Uplands, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Nishimura.
Nishimara.
I just love avocado maki rolls.
Yeah.
Honestly,
done.
Are you
I'm vegetarian. Yeah. Oh, I really. This thing lately, everybody's like, "Oh, Oliver, you're a vegan."
Have you ever been vegan?
No.
No, just pure
The
veggie.
thing is, everybody's gone now like meat, and then it's like everybody has a health kick and they instantly go vegan.
Yeah.
So they've forgotten the vegetarians did exist in the meanwhile.
Yeah.
Like, I can eat cheese, I can eat eggs. Like,
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Jeez. So no, just a plain old vegetarian.
Right, I want to know this. We've sort of spoken about going to Japan and stuff, and you would do it right now. Let's take that out of the equation, because we know that one. If you won the lottery right now, if you just opened your phone and you said you're a winner, what's the first thing you're going to do?
This is my favourite question.
How much have I won?
No, big.
Big,
Or like
big time.
into massive.
You've won the double
Practically-
rollover.
It's generational wealth.
I would
okay?
go to space.
That's one answer we have not had.
Wouldn't be on Earth.
There he
I'll
goes.
leave.
There he goes.
Would you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Virgin again.
Yeah, that's a long. Like, I am always intrigued by what you would do. Like on the you find out that moment. Are you going to do anything right there and then?
Of flying to space?
No, I mean, like, what are you going to do with your winnings?
Oh, I would lock the doors.
Right.
I would sit there like this.
Yeah.
Should I tell my mommy?
Just ring her from space, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I probably would. WhatsApp.
No signal.
Mom! Go check on the dogs.
Floating. Oh yeah, you've got dogs as well,
I got
haven't
the
you?
dogs.
How are the doggies?
Oh, they're clinging on for dear life.
Frenchies, right?
2 Frenchies, 2 very old.
Oh, they knocking on,
Frenchies.
mate.
They are. I mean, like for Frenchies, they're 11 and 12. So I mean, that's pretty old
Yeah.
for French bulldogs. But yeah, they're just in the house now. They're just like sort of old and decrepit and shitty and pissy and it's no joke. Like,
Can they get in little nappies?
One's fully incontinent and the other one's
Oh God.
becoming incontinent. Yeah, she shit herself going up the stairs the other day, and I'm coming down. And I'm like, oh my God.
I mean,
What do I do?
we've all been there.
Yeah.
It was that one time before Sardinia, yeah.
Blame the booze cruise. Oh dear.
Yeah,
Luckily,
the dogs, but...
Yeah, we've got a little doggy, a cockapoo called Rufus. He's cute, isn't he?
What's he now?
He's 3.5, and Ryan finally likes him, don't you?
It took me a while. I have to confess. Yeah, it took me a while. When we had him first, I was like, "What are you doing in my house?"
He was a lockdown
What are
doggy, wasn't
you?
he?
And why are you in my house?
It was wild.
Yeah.
And it took me, I would say, maybe 2 years, 18 months, 2 years. And like, I love him now.
I think we should, because we were.
He's my only child that looks like me.
Yeah.
Fluffy and Ginger.
Yeah.
100%.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
But we, if we'd have known how long we had during lockdown when dancing was banned and weddings were cancelled and all that, then we should have probably just had another baby because
Yeah, yeah.
we would have like too old now.
I never mentioned
and
that. That would
we've
be
got
easier,
Surely.
What did you say?
not that easy. Yeah, we should have maybe had another little doggy, little baby, not a doggy.
Get a fish.
Sick of it. Get a fish.
Doesn't last as long.
So, Oliver, you strike me as a man of many talents. Have you got anything that people don't know about that would surprise them?
Hidden
that you can
talents,
do?
if you
Hidden
will.
talents.
Hidden talent. So I actually thought about this.
Okay.
Oh, go on.
So it always
Better be a
makes
good
me
one.
think when people say like, you know, what's your icebreaker if you're at a party, stuff like that. I can't say...
Slut
I
drop.
can't... Not with these old age hips. My knee's going to like splay off that way or something. So I couldn't think of any talents, but I could think of a good story.
Okay.
I always make people go, oh, So again, weird, like coming back to winning the lottery.
Okay.
I sold a winning lottery ticket
What?
when I worked in...
Drum roll,
Woolworths.
please. Woolworths. Oh, pick a mix in Woolworths. Remember that?
That's what everybody does first. Oh yeah, pick a mix.
Yeah.
I was like, I would not eat that. The pigeons used to fly in, make a nest in the cola bottles, like shit all over it, and then leave. I'm like, I ain't touching that. Absolutely not.
Oh.
So yeah, I would have been like 17, 18.
Do you know how much it was?
Yeah, 3.5 million.
What?
Yeah, I remember.
You were
it.
so close.
I touched it. I give it to him.
Wow.
Yeah, I
good
sold the
story.
winning
How
lottery
beautiful that
ticket.
you gave that opportunity to someone, changed someone's life while you stayed with the shitty pick and mix.
Do you know what was really bad? Is that I think it was like once they'd confirmed the winnings and all that jazz, they kind of like hold this sort of mini ceremony, and they'd held it a couple of weeks later in Swansea, and they phoned me like one random afternoon, like, "Oh, can you come into work? We're short." I was like, "Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll go in." And I'm like, "Oh, so what'd you call me for? Like, how are we short? It's random, like a Wednesday, something like that." Oh, so and so and so and so. They're off to Swansea to have photos and champagne for the ceremony for the lottery winnings that you did. What? Sorry, you've just called me into work so they can swan off to have champagne.
Fuming.
Am I bitter?
This might lead us on to the next question.
Go on.
What's your pet hate?
Oh, my
There we
pet
go.
hate. Do you know what I really can't stand is spitting.
Spitting.
I can't stand
Yeah. It's a good one. People don't...
spitting. It drives me up the wall.
when was the last time you saw someone spit? I haven't seen someone spit for... Footballers spit, don't they?
Yeah.
And I think...
I mean,
That's
but I guess-
buzzing. It's on TV.
Maybe they get
What about
phlegmy when they're running.
The next level is the...
The one nostril. Oh, that's
Rugby
bad.
players and stuff like that, you know, they're like, and it's like, It's like an asteroid
Ew.
impacting Earth. It's
Like,
disgusting.
if they don't blow hard enough, it's just
What are we talking about here, guys? Honestly,
stuck
we
dangling.
need a producer keeping an eye on this, 'cause I think we've gone off-piste. This podcast is brought to you by Music HQ, the largest and, dare I say, loveliest provider of live wedding bands in South Wales and the South West. So, get in touch and chat with one of our wedding music experts about your big day. Now on with the podcast.
Have you got any sort of skill, or if you could learn a skill overnight or a language, what would it be?
French.
Oh, bonjour.
Do
I've just sang to you in French, didn't I? So
you speak a language, another language?
No.
Do you speak Welsh?
Not fluent. No.
Borda.
Oh, whoa, calm down.
So our kids are fluent in Welsh.
Are they?
Yeah, believe it or not, with this Cockney accent. Yeah,
That must be a lot.
it's great, isn't it? Yeah.
You know,
Well,
like,
yeah, to be fair.
like speaking another language. Why don't you? Because there's ways to do it. A friend of
There
mine
is
has just said
ways.
he just decided I'm going to learn a load of languages, and he's learned French, Italian, and another one as well.
Does he have kids?
No,
Does he have a
how
job?
much time is he? What does he?
he's just like slow and steady. He's just done what.
He must be into it though.
Yeah, I guess so.
dedicate.
But if you, I often think if you want to speak a language, why not? I want to speak Welsh. Why don't I? Come on, French.
French.
I
The
can
other thing
imagine
I
you.
always said I'd love to be able to do is
J'adore le photography.
Je m'appelle Claude.
Où est la piscine? See, we're getting good at this. Like, that's all I know.
Practically, you would
Yeah,
have
it
been
was quick.
I'd always wanted to be able to play the piano, but I'm musically, ironically, inept, and be able to fly a helicopter.
Whoa.
Yeah, how cool would that be?
Do you know that there's an airfield here in Port Talbot? And I did not know that. Our friend told us about it the other day.
I did not know. Well, like with the landing strip and all
Yeah.
that jazz.
I say landing
Yeah.
strip. It's a field. Okay. Yeah.
A paddock.
Light aircraft.
Landing field.
Yeah.
There's one down by me, down Pembrey.
Yeah.
There's
that's where you do all the bomb
by the
and all.
Music HQ offices, the air ambulance.
Air ambulance is right
It's
there.
right there.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get you a little gig over there. We'll just go
When I'm
pop,
done with
pop
this,
down to the office.
Go fly helicopters. It's
Talking of Music HQ, do you ever get to? You must see some bands and stuff when you're out there shooting. Obviously, you have to say Music HQ bands are the best. But have you seen any good bands lately?
Do you know what always comes to mind when people ask me, like, oh, any band DJ
I tell you what should come to mind. Music HQ, South Wales,
can use it.
leading.
That's what I lead with.
Bonjour.
Here's all their details.
Où est la piscine?
Give them a call. I actually did a wedding last year, and I second shot it. We were part of a huge team in south of France, and Kaigo was the
Oh
DJ.
yes, Kygo.
It was wild.
That's fabulous. I do love a great DJ act.
He played all of his songs.
Yeah.
Everybody was just going insane.
The big ones.
Yeah. It was just... I was
Yeah.
standing there photographing it.
How lovely that you get to travel
Yeah.
to destination wedding. Where else have you been? So you said that one was.
I did a lot last year. That was in Nice. I did Tuscany. That's amazing. Have you been to Tuscany?
Yeah.
That's like a photographer's wet dream.
insane.
It's
isn't it?
beautiful.
Where else did I go? Oh, Split.
Oh, Croatia.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it was like an island off Split. I should catch this
Hvar
ferry.
is it? Because
Hvar?
I've just booked logistics that we've got a gig out there, and I booked the flights. They said, "Can you do it?" I was like, "Yeah, of course I can."
So you
and I didn't realise you had to
fly-
get the ferry to.
It's a bit of a ball lake.
Is it?
Yeah, so you get to Split, which is close enough from you. Then
Split's
you've
a
got
great airport to land in, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
beautiful when
it's
you
not
land.
Too far. It's
No,
like 2.5,
super
3
close. Yeah.
hours. And then you got there's like quite a big port there actually, and you just get the ferry over to Hvar, which is like I think it's like 2-3 hours away. on
Oh,
a
God.
Yeah, it's not like
Oh,
a dingy
God.
job. Yeah, I went to a different island, which is much closer. I was like
Okay.
an hour. I was like Sholta, and it was amazing.
Yeah,
That
we
was
are
really-
lucky, aren't we, that we get to
Yeah.
travel with our work as well. Right, when a bit like bands, I suppose, in this industry that we're in now, people come and go. We're the OGs. When
84 years.
when people are booking her, but there's so much choice
Yeah.
for people getting married with photographers and bands and whatnot. Obviously, your style of photography makes you stand out as well. But what should people look for when they're hiring a wedding photographer?
I think the most important thing, especially photography, obviously this has got to last you forever.
Yeah.
And I think you could probably apply it to any other vendor you book as well. Stick to your guns. What do you like?
Yeah.
And go with that. Don't try to please everybody else. Or so-and-so, they had that photographer, videographer, band, they were great.
Yeah.
But if you're like, maybe that's not my genre for music, something like that. Don't book that. That's not you. Do you.
Yeah.
Do you. If you like light and airy, book light and airy. Don't book that because so-and-so had it or your friends had it and they were great. Same with me. I'm a little bit more dark and moody. If you're into that, and that's probably the one thing with me is that people are into that aesthetic.
Yes.
So they will book that aesthetic.
Yeah.
They appreciate where that's coming from.
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably one of the biggest things when it comes to booking stuff for your wedding. Stick to your guns.
I think
Don't
with a
overthink
photographer, it's really important that you get on with them. Like, you're with them all day and having photos taken, even if you're, semi-used to having your photos taken, it can feel awkward. You need to feel at ease with your photographer, I think.
Someone points a camera at me.
I know. We're going to do that in a
minute. People point a camera at me and I'm like...
but it is awkward at the best of times, isn't it?
How are you doing? What the hell was that?
Chin up.
Yeah, I know it. I'm just like, chin up. Yes, so that's the other thing is that it's all well and good booking stuff you like, but who is the person behind the lens? Coming back to what you said there.
Yeah.
Do you know much about them? And that is the bonus, I guess, if you see them at other weddings, you know how they operate, you know their vibe, you know how much they may be asking for photos, how much they're not asking you for photos, what they're into, whether they are willing to work with you. Is it, is it a bit strict? Is it even more casual? Because some photographers will have a very much like set.
Rigid.
You've got to do this. And to a certain degree, I do believe you do have to do that because a wedding day, as you know, it is timings. You're all having the best day of your lives over there.
Yeah.
Us in the background.
Yeah.
We're like, next. The talent is, can you do all that, pull that off without them knowing?
Exactly.
With what you said in mind, have you had anything go really wrong? We're looking for a soundbite here, Ollie.
Make it a cracker.
This is our reel.
I would say...
Tell the truth.
I know, GDPR who? No, it wasn't actually my wedding, but I did wedding years ago. And she was 2.5 hours late.
The bride?
The bride.
Oh.
2.5 hours?
It wasn't even like because things were going wrong. She was just taking her time.
Chilled.
Chilled.
Wow.
It was bizarre. I just remember that was 2.5 hours late for the ceremony.
Oh, God.
So that meant the whole day was just tits up.
Do you know, we did I was just thinking about you saying about timings and stuff and being rigid and things like these photographers. I don't know if you remember the wedding. It was in like a safari park or something. They took the bride and groom away for hours getting these photos. And then the whole reception couldn't start because the bride and groom were away there. They didn't want to do that. So I think, you need like
it's such a tough
pro
thing to
that
balance.
knows what they've got to get, but not.
And be able to read the couple. Because some couples are down for that.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah.
And the more you do it, the more they're getting into
Yeah.
it. And even like from my point of view as a photographer, it's easy to get lost in that because you're just like, oh yeah,
this is
love it.
great.
Especially if it's a bloody safari.
Yeah.
Like, I would be. I'd be taking the
Quick, a
biscuit.
zebra.
Yeah.
Get the giraffe.
Get on. That's a balancing act.
Yeah.
And, like
And
you
that
said,
comes from
have
experience, though, doesn't it? You can't buy that.
You got to know to read the couple. Usually, like if it's a bride and groom scenario, The bride's usually up for it. Many times the groom couldn't give less of a shit. I'm like, smile, babes.
Right, if you had to describe your business in one sentence, hit me.
Chill, babes.
I love it. That does sum it
I
up.
think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
It's like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
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 You sit there and smile and
Yeah.
relax. Don't worry about everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Chill, babes.
I love it.
Nice.
And I'd say that's probably my biggest piece of advice to anyone
Yeah.
getting married. No, at whatever point you are in organising your wedding, chill. Don't worry about it.
Because it doesn't matter, does it? In terms of like all that, the people sweat
If
on
you've
the
hired the
on
right
details.
people,
If
it
you've
doesn't
hired the
matter.
right people, I say
You've
it
stuck
all,
to your
all
guns,
the time. You've
yeah.
People worry about the venue and are like, obviously it's important, but really, once you've got all your loved ones all together for that special occasion,
100%.
it doesn't really matter everything else, especially
Yeah.
with good people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if a car's late, a starter doesn't come
Chill,
out on
babes, yeah,
time,
like-
Yeah.
a flower falls off your bouquet.
Yeah,
Tough.
I
Get over it.
I see brides sometimes spoiling their own day by being caught up in some
worry.
some
Yeah.
like unachievable vision they've got
This
for
is
their
the
own
problem
day.
that, especially as photographers, and probably most vendors who come into contact with couples on the day, you're up against their vision.
Yeah.
Their preconceived idea of their wedding in their head is here on a pedestal, and you've got to try and get to that.
And
hit
exceed it.
that, and exceed, always exceed, always,
Yeah.
always. So, again, it's a balancing act between like, yeah, okay, I can do that for you, but realistically here now in the moment,
Yeah.
it's 70 mile an hour winds outside, it's hammering down. But I don't think we're going to get a sunset shot.
Chill, babes.
Chill, babes. So, yeah, and you know what? I'm touch wood. I would say 100% of my clients, that's how they are.
Yeah.
They're like, Oliver,
Well, you
tell
you-
us what to do. And I'm like,
And you
"Do that."
attract your people. What you put out there, you attract it back. And that's the best way to be, isn't it?
Always, 100%.
Well,
yes.
it has been an absolute pleasure,
absolute pleasure,
having
mate.
our
So
Oliver
lovely to
J
see
here
you.
with us today. If you've enjoyed the podcast, please like and subscribe. I'm down with the kids. Oliver, actually, where can we find you online? If people want to find your Instagram or your website.
So my website, www.oliverjphotography.com.
Yeah.
And then Insta is, when he says, do you know, I've had the same handle for like 100 million years.
You're getting too old to remember senile.
Let me write it down. I am OJ. I_am_OJ.
Okay.
I am _. What is it?
I_am_OJ. Just like Google Oliver J, and normally I just come up.
There, of course it does.
It's called Google,
Number
guys.
one. There we go. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you
Thank
next
you.
time.
See you next time. Bye.